Welcome back everyone to TCG Card Shop Simulator, and we had a cracking episode in the last one. Not only did we upgrade the scanner, but we upgraded the shop, we got new products at the end of the episode, and we sold a lot of cards. Unfortunately, our big cards haven't sold, so if you've not been following the season, I've got a £32,000 card. We're selling these under market price now just to try and get them shifted. Got 11,500, we've got a 10,250, and then on the other side, I've got a 15,000 and a 9,000 as well. So maybe 40, 50,000 pounds worth of cards just sitting there ready to be sold. I've switched out the other cards for the Destiny ones because there was a better value. We boxed up some cards in between episodes. So these are the standard base sets and these are the Destiny ones. And I've just put the shelf down just for the time being. That's all the cards. I haven't put anything in the back. I've also brought a new unit in between episodes, and I've restocked up all these with Destiny, and we have got a little bit of Destiny in the back. But the problem is because we put a big order in for the purples, I've now got purples on 6 shelves. I only need it on 2. And also I've got all these purples here as well. So we need to sell all these before we end up putting any purple orders in. And when we start clearing them, we'll start stocking more of the Destinies in these spaces here. But yeah, let's get the report for the last episode. So 114 visitors. The most we did in the last episode was 120. We did nearly 14,000 for the card table, so that was just absolutely fantastic. And we got the item earnings at 11,565 for the shop. So we made £25,000 in the shop, but because of all the upgrades we did, that was £18,000 cost. We paid all our bills off as well. So we did come out as a negative, but I'm not too worried about that. And we did put £14,000 in stock upgrades in as well. So it was a good day. Now I have brought everything in and stocked up all the shelves, so these guys have got nothing to do. So let's immediately open up the shop. We have got some card machines here, and if I remember right, there's grading. Yes, there's grading outside as well. Let's do these machines first. 534. 158 down the bottom. And a £74 full art there. 233 is not going to be enough, so I'm not going to mess around with it. Got a full art there for 97. And that's probably all we're going to have out there. 3,825. What a way to start an episode. So we've got something very spicy in that chew up there. 32.52 for a card. That's going to be... I wish you could see the grading price on here. And also a fish trunk in the ghost as well. That's nice to see. Very nice cards there. And we've got loads and loads of stock here. Okay, machines are all filled. Anybody in the shop for customer trading? No. We have sold a couple of cards off here, so let's get some more listed. And yeah, like I said, the Destinies, we have got a little bit more value. It was down to £30 in the Tetramon. Hence why I'm doing these ones now. So most of these we haven't listed before, so I will need to set prices. Doing 20% on the cards that most people can purchase. We did sell one there, but that's not the big one. These are the 5 big ones we had. A couple of customer trading I've just spotted. Okay, what have you got? Nice. Nothing really I want to deal with. And what about you? Nothing really. But we are back up to 4,000. I was going to say we haven't got much money, but we have now. And these are all our big money sellers now. Hence why I'm stocking so much. We're making £55 a box. Now let's just make sure we can get that back area filled up as quick as possible. Okay, somebody walked in front. Go up to about 41. I think I'm happy with that. Don't want to overload my shelves because all it's going to do is cause mess being left on the floor, and I hate that. That's a really good price, and we're going to try and get it. 75. Okay, let's go up to 80. Not going to go much more. I'm really close to his price. 82. 118 it's worth, so we can definitely do a flip on that one at some point. The legendaries are not looking great, so those have literally all sold out this morning. That's a major fast seller. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Anything else I need to order? People keep getting in the scanner's way and it stops it from working. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Don't want to overload the shelves. But there's enough there to keep them going. What have you got nice? Nothing I need. And there isn't that many in the shop today. Yeah, we have got a customer trade in here. And again, nothing I really need. So we've got 3 spaces on here. Let's get another 3 of the bigger cards out. Let's get some prices set. So even these lower cards at 20% are just flying out. It's just the big ones. It needs a certain person to come in. Or a couple of people who can afford them really big purchases. And unfortunately, we haven't got lucky with them coming in over the last couple of days. So let's get on this till because there is quite a few stocking up on the other side. Now, the upgrades we did at the end of the last episode, we might be able to break the 120 today, which is currently our maximum of amount of people coming in the till. Sorry, maximum amount of people coming in the shop. Because of that upgrade we did at the end of the last episode. And we did check on the upgrades. The next ones aren't available until level 30. And also at level 30, we get access to a new worker, which is the fast one. So I'll be happy to get that one in here. Machines are starting to be ready, so let's start going through. 382, so we've got to go, full art there. Nothing much in that sort of value range. 450 again, same. Might have a couple around 50 to 100. £40 there and 100 there. That's going to be all that's in there. 335. Not going to have a lot. £80 over there. And the last one, 2,653. So this last machine seems to be our lucky machine. So we've got a ghost at the bottom there. Is that another fish wrong? 162 at the top there. So we've got something else in here. Ghost reverse and a £1,600. What are you? Full art foil. Very nice. Worth 5,800 if we can roll big on it. Now, we did roll very big in the last episode. So currently in our back pocket, if we go to our graded cards and we sort everything by price, we have this beauty. Ghost foil. And it came back as a grade 10 as well. So if I really want to, I could drop that down and sell it for 74,000. But ghost foils are really, really rare. So unless we get desperate for money, which we're not at the moment, that one's just sitting in our back pocket. Okay, let's have a look what you've got. Nothing really I desperately want. We will get round to those cards when we open them. And you want to change £150 for £100. Of course you do. Yeah, get out my shop. Got a few over there, but I want to fill the table up, so I've got 5 spaces. We want to go back to the destinies, and then we want to make sure it's set for duplicates. Some decent value in those cards there. Get some prices set before we move off here. Nearly 200 for that one. And then one over here that hasn't got a price. Okay, customer trading. What have you got nice? Nothing I need. None on the other side. This shelf has now been cleared all the boxes out what we had on. So let's put you back up out the back until I do some more boxes. I will have a more permanent solution for where we put them in the end. And I haven't been doing any of the boxes, which is the white ones, which is between a penny and £1. We haven't done any of those for a long time, so I'll have a mass amount of those in the collection to do at some point. Just having a quick nose in the back. 16s across the board there, and they have been using these boxes, which I was hoping they'd do. And that's probably why there's a few just dumped on the floor down here. No, you're a blue for some reason. Let's get this sorted. So what they've done is they've got a stack up here with 2 in. We'll just take it out and move it. Like I said, I ate an untidy shop. Let's just go back on you. Just trying to get that box binned. And we are already up to 5 PM on the first day. And I did forget I haven't looked at the trading yet. Okay, I'm going to ignore you just because there's a lot in the shop. Let's help get them rid of them. Otherwise, we'll be wasting money or not earning as much because nobody else can enter. So come on, people, this way. Thank you very much. Just keeping my eye. Oh, actually, I didn't fill up the card machines. So I need to go and do that before we get overloaded on the till. Wow, that's a very nice seller. And it's all our big money. 678 and we're making... So they bought 6 boxes and we're making over £80 profit off each box. So that was a fantastic seller. Let's get these filled up. Need you to move out the way. And yeah, them keep leaving these. So this one here on this side had 25 in. There's one over here with 5 in. So yeah, they're still not doing what they said there was. They fixed in the patch on the last big update they did to the game. It could be that 2 people trying to fill it up at the same time, and that's what's causing the issue. But it's something you have definitely got to keep an eye on. Otherwise, you put an order in with the scanner gun, and the next thing you know, you've just got boxes left, right, and centre in the shop. Okay, machines are all full up. I will need to top up that shelf at some point today. Couple can be listed on the card table. And you've just made me another space, so let's get another one out. Any prices? Yeah, need to set prices on all these. Yep, those are all the same by the looks of it. All the prices have been set. So we are back up to 12,000, so we're not doing terrible in the shop. Offer 200 if you don't want it, then that's fine. That's all I'm offering you. Okay, you did accept it in the end. Okay, what about you? What have you got nice? Now, let's just get rid of you and let's get on the till just to try and clear a few of these out the shop. And yeah, these destinies are really flying out today, which is fantastic news for us. I do want to have a look at that customer trading over there. Okay, nothing I want. And then I also do want to be paying attention to these. Okay, well, happily take it up to 40. Just leave a little bit of room in the back. But I want these to be filled up as a priority. $384, very nice sale there. And a couple of customer trading in the shop. Okay, nothing I need on there. And nothing I need there. What have we got? Nothing sold off the table. It's a bit of a shame. And we're going to have a problem with these purples until we've got rid of these spare boxes at the back here. No, that's all full. Few days we should be able to get that stuff off the floor. Definitely need a couple of rares. I think I'm just going to order it the old-fashioned way while I'm here. They have got a lot of stock to be bringing in. So I'll give them a quick and I've got enough empty boxes stored up so I don't need to mess around with keeping any aside. Just don't like seeing empty shelves. Do need to have a look at the legendaries, because those are a bit on the low side as well. Okay, that's a nice little bit of top up. Nothing I need there. And what about you over here? No, nothing too big on this day with customer trading. And I will need to put an order in for some of these pretty soon. So I can fit 5 boxes in the back. Let's just order them. Ah, we've actually got the bigger ones. Why am I still ordering the small ones? Oh no, it's the boxes, that is. Looking at the wrong side, it's easier. just keep things stocked up. We need a lot of these. But I did just place an order, so I'm still probably trying to bring them in. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. Nobody's bringing anything in because they've all gone home. That time, sometimes you can just get away from you and you don't realise how much time's actually passing. And then there's one over at the other customer, at the other till we need to go and deal with in a minute. Let's come and deal with you. And the one good thing with having this so close, the customers can't walk through and stand on your face anymore. It wasn't planned that way, but it worked out quite nice. We have got machines ready to open, so let's get this sorted. 600, a bit better than we've been having. £100 full art. 152 at the bottom. That's probably all we've got. 262. Not going to be much in there. 230. I'd say we're not getting great luck with the Destinies, but we have picked up a couple of £2,000 cards, so we can't grumble too much. Okay, machines are all filled up. I'm going to need to put an order in with these. I don't think I ordered them outside. Because I've filled everything up, I'm okay to take this right the way up to the limit. Just so I can fill them up throughout the day. And filling up throughout the day, let's go and get the report. Oh, we had the grading outside. I forgot about all day because we've been so busy. Let's go and have a look at these grading. What have we got nice? So we got a 10. And that looks like on one of the foil cards as well. So that one's going to be worth quite a nice money. We've got 2 9s and an 8. So let's have a quick look at these on the table. Is any of these worth sending back out for grading? So let's sort this by price. So yeah, we want to have a look at the 2 9s more than anything else. So what have you worth? Worth up to 13,000. I think this is one that's worth sending out for regrading. Because it's currently worth 5,900. I can more than double the value. Or I can end up having a chance of losing about 3,000. No. You're definitely going to go out for regrading. We'll put you back in the album. Let's have a look at the other 9. And the 8. Do we have anything else? We had some 10s. And we had you, the big one up here. 13,000 you're worth, so we'll take you out as well. Okay, so let's have a look at the 9 first. Is this worth 7? Again, worth 18,000. So I can send this for regrading. It can go from 5,000 up to 18,000. So definitely a no-brainer on that one. You're going back for grading. Let's take you back off. Come on. Well, let me select the card. Okay, it's being a bit of a pain. What about you down here? So currently you're at a grade 8, 3,300. If you get to a grade 9, you'd only be 3,400. And then you would have to go up again. I think I'm happy to sell you. I could send you out for regrading, but I'd have to regrade and get lucky twice on a spin. So no. We'll sell you for about 4,000. And let's just get another card out, which was in the Destiny section. And let's go buy duplicates. So we are starting to build a bit of a collection up now. So I've got a couple of copies of that. And you've already got a price set, so we need to set a price on you. So you're worth about 13,900. I'm going to put you just a bit below market. 13,500. Because we've got a lot of big cards on here to sell. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the 10 cards are all big cards. Just make sure nothing's running too low. Give you a little bit of a top up because you're a bit on the empty side. And let's look at the yellows. Yeah, I've had to order quite a bit of those yellows. What about greens? How are we doing with the greens? We've got enough of them. Let's order a box of yellows. And I'm just going to order and pay the postage. I'm okay with that. And let's go and... Oh, no, we can't open up. We've got to get the report first, haven't we? Stealing me. Okay, let's get the report and let these workers start bringing some of that stock in. So we made a big 10,000 profit. We didn't pay our bills off, but that's fine. 2,500 on the card table, but again, a lot of the slots have been taken up with big cards that's just not shifting. And 17,000 in the shop, and we hit the 120, so that's nice. Did we hit the level? No, we're quite close to level 19. Sorry, 29. This one's a partial, so let's get onto the shelf. Just check any other shelves that's partial, that needs to be filled up. No, you're good. That's the stuff outside. Let's give him an hand with some of these small ones. Those are the ones I'm after to fill up the shop. I just want this shelf to be full before I open up, because that's our big money seller. It's a shame this game doesn't have 2 entrances into the shop. Something I've always wanted to be able to do is put another door here so that the people can bring the stock straight into the back here where I've got the stock. I mean, we have got the stock room open now. That's supposed to be the purpose of that. I could move all these machines into the back eventually. I don't need to have them out in the shop. And yes, they've filled up the shelves. That's nice. And it's going to take a few more days to get rid of these purples. All that shelf's full and I've got another 2.5 there. I could open them up into singles. So you just grab a box and then you just open it up. And then you could either put them into a purple box, or you can just... Let's open them up. We haven't opened cards in a while. So if they don't clear fast enough, then I can do this. Just open them up throughout the day. And I still want to be able to pull a ghost pack or a god pack by hand. It's okay having them for the machine, but I want to actually see one opening up. That dopamine factor. That's a nice card. Okay, I thought it was Scarlios, but no, it's the upgraded version of him. I am sort of getting used to some of the names of the cards again. It was away from the game for over 6 months, so I did forget some of the names. And it'd definitely be nice for them to extend the collection of cards they've actually got in the game. So yeah, I'm happy to open up. A lot of shaking the heads out there at the moment, but that's fine. I just needed some of these shelves being filled up. White dice is still not done. How are these machines? Okay, so I'll have to come back into them machines in a second. Let's go and help them with the white dice, because I'm still bringing in the stuff from outside at the moment. Yeah, lots and lots of stock here still to bring in. And the machines are ready to go, so that's nice. 200, not going to be anything of real value. 365, I'll have a look through, but I don't think, again, going to be much value if it's below 500. What have we got? 28 to 20. 53 up there for a full. No, it isn't a full art card. Just a nice one. 50 there, £100. Full art at the bottom for 100. And 40. Not going to be a lot. 141. I'm surprised to see that in that sort of value. But let's go and fill these up while the guys are bringing the stuff in. Okay, all the machines are done again, and I nearly threw a box away then, so no, don't want to throw that away. Lots of people in the shop, customer trading as well, so I need to help out with this. You want to change one of my cards that's worth 500 for a card that's worth 635. Let's have a look at, because it can be deceiving, so you'll be worth a maximum of 3,400. You'll be worth 4,400, so yeah, that's a no-brainer one to do. Okay, I'm just losing the controls. What have you got nice? Nothing I want. And most that queue's gone out the shop already, so having Clark on that side, he just gets through things so fast. Let's get the machines topped up before I forget about them. Got a good amount of stock in the back here with those. We're still not great on the rares. Nobody's actually stocking up the basics at the moment, so let's go and help them out with that. Because I'm still bringing in a lot of that stock. And because of a smaller box, I'm bringing in twice as many boxes as normal. Looking a bit better. The legendaries are looking terrible. Because there's only 4 in, it takes a long time to fill these up. Only if I fill them up, I always pick the one with the not the full boxes in there, just to try and get rid of the partial boxes out the back. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I've caught them up a bit. Massive queues again. So we're having a very busy day on this day. Let's come and help them out. So tempting I'm broke. So again, a lot of good talk about the card prices. 14,000 we're nearly at now. I would like to try and get some grading off. Press the wrong key. I would like to get some grading off before 1 o'clock. We've got a couple of those graded cards that I definitely said was going to be worth it. So let's have a look at that. We've got less than an hour. We want to look at the graded first. We had some graded 9s. So you there. You there. Then we want to have a look at, say, Tetramon. Sort by price. No, nothing of value in there. Destiny, what have you got for me? Again, sort by price because it would be under duplicate now. Yeah, lots of big cards in there. 1,600 there. So I'm just looking for anything above the £1,000. So you're below it. But then I'll switch over to the Ghost. And then we just fill it up with Ghost. And I just missed the deadline as well by a couple of minutes. But that's fine. So we get at least another batch in this episode, and then we get 2 in the next one. And that's what I'm trying to do, is get 2 batches every episode. Okay, nothing... Well, I've got 71 copies here, so yeah, we'll do it. 6 copies, 0 copies. It's not worth as much, but I'm just going to do it just so I get 1 in the collection. I'm still not great on those basics. And that's a partial box, so let's take that one. Nobody come and stocked up the legendaries yet. And they can't keep up with the destinies either. And this is why I'm not putting too much more in. I did put 1 extra shelf in, hoping they could cope with it. But it looks like that's not the problem. I think a lot of the issues that I'm having today is all the stock I brought at the start of the episode. They were still bringing it in by about 11, 12 o'clock, so there wasn't actually doing any stocking up. Let's just go and get something into every hole and then let them do the rest. Okay, customer trading. Not going to bother with that. It was something I didn't have, but it wasn't a massive amount of value. And same with you. Get you on your way. Let's have a look at this card table. So we've got 4 spaces. So something has been selling off here. Go back to Destinies and then go back to duplicates. So yeah, some £100 cards up there and some 70s and 50s. Very nice. Get a price on you. And let's get a price on this one. Keep that table going. Nothing of value there, so you can go on your way. And you want to change a 639 for a 681. Again, I'm just going to see what the maximum values are. So that would be worth a maximum of 3,000. That would be worth nearly 4,000. So in this case, it's worth doing that trade. It was slightly high in value as well. So these guys are actually now finally coming back to stocking up because they've been bringing them boxes in. You want to sell Again, this one could only be worth 70, but I'm just doing them. I want to have a collection of ones. Let's just offer the 97. Just not mess around. I'm not going to be selling that in the shop anyway. So I've got 2 more cards. So we're down to 50s, down to 30s now. I think on the normal ones, or the Tetramon set, we was down to like between 20 and 30 pound. So it's still better to clear these Destinos out at the moment. We've got 51 there and 277 there. Okay, machines are ready again, so let's have a look and see what we get. Not going to be anything of no ghost if it's 231. Until you get about 400 or 500, you're not going to have a chance of a ghost. £40 there. Looks like there is a God pack down here. It's only a low tier silver foil. And that's what's putting the value in this. £300, not going to be anything great. And 400, again. With that 162 there, I know there's not going to be a ghost in there. So let's get the lights on, check customer trade, and then go and fill the machines. So again, you want to trade a 700 for an 850. You're worth 3,300. You're worth only 2,600. But this is something I'm going to be selling on the table, not sending out. So I'm happy to do this because the 840, I will be able to get some more money without the grading. I mean, really, checking them prices is probably something you only need to do is if I plan to send it out for grading. Okay, machines are all full up, and I just noticed in the top right and hand corner, we've got £34,000 just sitting there. So that means one or two of the, yeah, that big card there was sold. I think it was about 15,000. Very nice to actually see some of them selling finally. And we just managed to pick up an £162 duplicate out of the last time we opened the machine over there. Let's just get the rest away. So you've got prices and I've got to set prices on you three over here. Still another space, £36 there. Let me just come through, yep. Let me just reset this because I actually think I messed up the album because I should be on 30, yeah, £30, not £20. But yeah, £35,000 sitting there. Fantastic. That'll be great when we get the new employee. You want to trade a grade 1 for something here? No, I think I'll keep my grade 1s for collection purposes. And nothing really there I want. And the shop is doing fantastic today. At least some of these cards are selling. We're keeping a good steady stock through this card table. I think I do want to purchase the fancier table at some point. But yeah, £30–40, so we're going to make a good amount of money off that card table today. 1 copy of each, so yeah, pointless me doing it. Just check on the basics again. Okay, so we are out of the basics now. Force of Habit keep coming in the back here. And they have cleared all the boxes off the floor, which is fantastic. So I can start getting rid of some of these purples down. But immediately I need to get at least 5 boxes in of those. Just by looking in the back. Going to need to get at least 1 rare. We've got the money. And we need to buy a load of these here. 4, 8, 12. And while we're at it, let's pay all our bills off. And still sitting on 30,000, which is fantastic. Do you want to get the scanner out now? And let's just have a look. Just need oh, okay, so we had it. I thought we was out of them. We've only got 1 of these, so we will buy some more of them. I will buy another 1 of them because I will need them for the machine soon. And I think I'm happy with that there. Let's have a look at these over here. How are we doing? So basic cards, we can get a 2nd box in. Get another box of those in. Another box of those. And we need to buy a load of these. Yep, I'm happy with that. 20 minutes, the machines are done. Let's have a look at the shop. Okay, so somebody was refilling, then decided just to... Actually, we haven't got... Oh, we've got them over here. I was going to say we're not stocking these, but we are. Clark's just left. There is 4 spaces on there, so let's go and get 4 cards out. And that is the shop done for the day. So immediately I'm just going to get the report so these guys can bring the stock in. 120 we're sitting around quite often now. 16,000 on the card table, 13,000 in the shop, £30,000. I think that's probably one of my biggest days in this season so far. And £18,000 profit, even paying all the employee supply costs and everything else off. That was nice to see. Definitely want to get all these filled up before we attempt to open up the shop. And while I'm doing all that, we can have a look at our machine. So nothing really great's going to be in there. Potential ghost in here, 63 full art. Yep, ghost at the bottom, reversed. 448. We've had a couple of good cards in this episode, so I'm not going to grumble too much. And 324 is not going to be a lot. A full art at the top for 50. Let's get you filled back up. Okay, welcome back. I've added a little bit of a cutaway just while these guys were bringing all the stock in because there was just too much outside. Let's open up the shop. Let's find Clark to get him back onto the till. And yeah, they managed to stock it up. I managed to order some more stock in between. And now the machines are ready to go again. 375. I think there was something nice down the bottom. £73 down the bottom. 44 up there. Nothing too great. 355 is going to be the same. And 89 there. A 37 at the top. 419. 25 at 23. 48 down the bottom there. And nothing too special in there either. A £96 and an 83. Okay, let's get you stocked up. Okay, all the machines are filled up again. And I can get another 7 boxes on there, so I'm just going to put an order in for 7. Actually, I'm not, because I remember 29, we've got the bigger boxes now. So we won't be doing anything with that. We are nearly at level 30, so next episode we will be getting the new employee. We might be able to get some licenses at the end of the day. And I think 30 was the next expansion for the shop as well. We could purchase some licenses and then maybe think about stocking them like these up here. We haven't got the licenses for these. So just buy the licenses. We're not going to be stocking them. And same down here. It should increase the amount of people that's allowed to come into the shop. That's what I'm doing with it more than anything else. And we'll leave... We've got 27,000, so we can get the license for the collector books. And in the next episode, I think I'll do something when we get the new person about getting some of these mats in. Because currently we've got access to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mats. So I could do something on there. I would rather have the new shelves at level 30 before I do the mats. Okay, people have come to this till even though I haven't been on there. That's a bit weird today. Normally they don't do that. Let's get rid of the customer trading. I could turn the till off, but they haven't normally come to the till if there's nobody here. 465, nice sell on that. Okay, there's a few more in the shop, so let's clear some of these out. And I'm absolutely happy for some of those purples to start being sold, so I can actually get rid of the extra shelves in the back I don't need anymore. Just keeping 4 boxes of every product is more than enough. So we have got rid of that. So there's a lot of 16 still in here at the moment. We're slowly getting them out. So I've got another 3 shelves to clear out. Bit baffled why that's just on the floor there. It's because they've got 2 partial boxes. That's fine. Doesn't take much to tidy that up. And I'd rather have that than seeing 20 boxes sitting on the floor in the shop. Okay, let's get back onto the till and give an hand to clear some of these people out. Maybe we can hit level 30 early in the day than I think we're going to. We are currently at 12 o'clock. And I think we've sent off enough cards for this episode for coming back for the graded in the next one. So I don't need to worry about any more in this episode. A couple of more people hanging over there, so let's stop on the till a little longer until these machines are done. Probably around 20 minutes they'll be done. And you need 24. That's it, nice empty shop again. Okay, somebody walked around the back then, they don't normally do that. And 15. Okay, let's come off the till, let's look at the card table. So we have got 4 empty spaces on there. And yeah, it's nice to be sitting around that 30,000. Okay, so these aren't really looking too special. So let's maybe it's been switched pages or something. Yeah, I was going to say I should be definitely more value than that. Because Destinies are the ones we're opening up with the card machine at the moment. That's why I'm not checking on the Tetramons very often. And one over here needs a price set. So I'm happy that for one of the big 5 cards we had have been sold. So yeah, that was very nice to see that in this episode. And a ghost, somebody wants to do it at a very good price as well. Let's do about 350. I think that's a reasonable price. Yep, I'm happy with that one, bud. Machines are running down a little on that side. It would probably last out the day. But it doesn't hurt to just keep them full up. And since we've had them machines in, we've had no problems with stinkies at all. Get you on your way. Couple of spaces on here. So 50s, 40s. Still got quite a few. Down to 20s on the other page. Down here, like mid-20s. So that's about the same as what the Tetramon is then. Might be nice to clear all the Tetramon down to the £20. They are flying out, these today. Okay, customer trading. So let's have a look at what you've got. Nice. You're asking way too much. I'll offer you 55. Okay, he's accepted it, so I'm happy with that. And you're just too low. I don't need to mess around with. Just keeping my eyes everywhere. More machines. 334. It's not going to really have a lot in there, so I'm just going to ignore it. Same. 3. It's about the 500. I'll start checking them because that's the chance where you can get ghosts and stuff. Yeah, there's just not going to be anything in here. 130. Okay, machines are filled up again, and this shelf's looking very empty. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, actually, no, we're waiting for the bigger boxes, aren't we? So if we put all these into here, then I can order the big boxes in, 6 of the big boxes. Let's go and buy the license for that. And that's more efficient to stack up the machines now. And level 31, we'll be able to finally get the big boxes for the Destinies. We have it level 30, so we've got some big things in our future. Did we have another one? Yes, we've got rare Destinies now. So I've just brought all them stock, and I need them to done because I want to have rares on here now. So I think I'm going to buy a second unit. And we want the large metal racks, which is you. I also want to be buying some of these tables. I think I want to purchase at least 4. I'll be doing that between episodes. Just to have a little bit of a move around. And we want to get plushies on there probably. So I think I will buy the licenses for... Oh, actually no, we said with the the mats we want to put on there. Yeah, we'll do it. So one of these is going to be for the gaming mats. Let's just move it out of the way for the moment. Or we can just move it into the storeroom. Plenty of room in here. Don't need to make the street look untidy. And these here are the old shelving units. I just haven't thrown them away yet. The wire racking I want up over the back here. But we will start phasing out the destinies out of the machines now and start putting the rare destinies in once those have been cleared. So talking of rare destinies, let's start off and spend a lot of money. Unfortunately, we are going to have to buy the small ones. I want minimum of 16. We are down to 18,000 because we've done a lot of big spending with the shop shelves and stuff. That's a nice card. Unfortunately, not a nice price. Do about 2,400. I think that's realistic with a 25,500 card. Or sorry, a 2,500 card. Let's go 2,500 because this would be a great one to send for grading. I'm not going to go much more. 2510, yeah, I'm happy with that. That's going to be a very good grading card. I forgot to press it, but that's going to be a good 20,000-30,000 pound card if it comes back as a grade 10. Nothing for you. Another trading over here. Trying to sell me another grade 1. Yeah, we'll just pay whatever price. We'll get a good collection of the grade 1s in. Don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. We are nearly at the end of the day. I want to get this machine filled up. So we have sold some more of the big cards. 1, 2, 3 left now. So we've sold 2 out of the 5 today. So that's nice to see. Lots of the same cards here. No, I want to set you as a roundy. I must have actually pressed the roundy without realising it. Okay, all them prices are set. Our very big one at 30-odd thousand pound at the corner there still hasn't sold though. But we're sitting up around 30 most this episode, so yeah, we're doing pretty good. So again, this is another 158 to 165. 737 maximum. It's going to go straight in the card table, so a little bit of extra money. I think I will do that. But again, I am showing the checking the price because if you're playing the game as well, it's useful to get used to that if you're going to send cards for graded. Another one worth 65 going up to 79. We could check the prices, but again, I would be sending this for the card machine or on the card table, not through grading. I'm only sending £1,000 plus cards out for grading. Got 5 copies of here. I haven't got any of those, so I was all just accepted, even though it's like a £5 less value. Let's help them out, clear some people out of the shop. And our machines are ready, so we'll check them before we call it an episode as well. Okay, not many more. Okay, I think she's coming over this way. And 368. And a lot of them cards are just listed, have just gone because I've just sold 2 or 3 of them myself. What have we got? 6 spaces. So we haven't got another one over here. I keep forgetting about this. But yeah, we had 1 there and 1 over here that sold in this episode. We need to put a big stock order in. I think I still want to do what I said about getting the... Don't want to put the stock order and do it in the next episode. Yeah, we'll do the next episode. I'll set up the tables. Because again, we have got all this space down here we can use. Start putting things a bit further down. We will get the new employee in the next episode as well, at the start of the next one. So we need £3,000 for Angus, and he's very fast restocker. That's what we need at the moment, because we are struggling to get things restocked. Like greens are down. Have we got those? Yeah, we got a box of greens here, but the shelf out here hasn't been filled up. So yeah, we'll do that in between episodes. Let's just do the card machines before we call it a day on this one. 887, so we're going to have something of decent value. 65 at the top. 551, that's going to be where the value is. 300, not going to be a lot of value in here. Just have a quick scan. £72 up there. 324, around the same. £75 full art at the bottom. And 400 in here. So we want to be going up to the rare cards now. 100. Did I buy any of those rare cards? Yes. So these are the ones that's going to start going into the machine, and I'm stuck on something. I don't know where I am. Wow, I got stuck in between the door and the bin. But yeah, this shelf here is where these are going to go onto. I think I also want to end the episode with a report as well. We will knock these down to 2 shelves. Probably get rid of these 3 as well. So I probably don't need to get that much on these. Let's keep 4 shelves free at the bottom. We'll stock up that table with the cards I've just pulled in between episodes. Is there anything else I wanted to do? No, I think I'll just do this in between episodes. We'll set up the tables, and then in the next episode we'll start stocking up the gaming mats. We also need to put a big order in to make sure this is full. So yeah, let's get the end of the day report so people can help me fill the shop up. Down to 115. £25,000 profit, so £10,000 on cards. So even though I'm selling the lower tiers, we're still making good money. Supply costs £10,000 and £25,000 on upgrades. But yeah, that's why I'm going to be calling it on this one, and then people will help me stock up ready for the next episode. But hopefully you're still enjoying the series, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.